Greetings. Thank you for your presence today and for your curiosity. I was raised in a family that used sarcasm and had many defenses up, guarding the heart. And it is my work to dismantle the fences. And thankfully, I have help. Thankfully, I have help. It is my deepest wish to be unguarded, to be vulnerable, to have an open heart. And I know that it's so foreign to so many of us, and it's been foreign to me when I have met open-hearted beings, although I feel like a moth to a flame as well, like just wanting that for me. Something that's come up for me today is, at first when I was doing my writing, it occurred to me that under the topic of thoughts, the origin of our thoughts, and basically how the thoughts come and go, and where do they come from? You know, like when you start to meditate, you start to think different. Your brain changes, and they've proven it. You know, they've shown scans, and also your electromagnetic field changes. It basically changes the whole entire system for the good. And that's why I created this channel. I created this channel basically because I kept getting this guidance from within. And it amazes, I was talking to my dear friend yesterday, and how it amazes me that I can even do this. It's quite the miracle. It's quite the 180-degree turn for me. So, so in thinking, in processing these queries of, okay, so like one idea I had was maybe the thoughts that aren't ours and that are damaging and painful and harmful and only create more of the same victim mentality, are those like attackers sent from outside of us, you know, kind of like, oh, well, then I can just put on my Wonder Woman wristbands and just get rid of those thoughts, you know, like enter into a battle with them. You know, and that kind of made sense and felt like, okay, I can do that. And then I was doing other stuff. I was brushing mugwort, and sometimes when you're doing repetitive things, when your thoughts are just kind of like on let go on like a long leash, sometimes that's when the downloads come, you know. So I was brushing mugwort, and an unformed thought came to me that, you know, we are the creator of our thoughts. We are not a victim of forces outside of our being. If forces outside of our being come in and implant things, we are allowing it. We are choosing it on some level that we may not be conscious of because of the programs that have been installed in our minds. But we allowed those to be installed as well. It's not to be putting blame or pointing a finger and saying, oh, well, it's your fault that da-da-da. No, it's not that. It's just showing the magnitude of our choice, of our freedom. Somebody said, I think it was Abraham, that we are so free that we choose bondage. Maybe it was somebody else, I'm not sure, but we are so free. Like, we are so free. Our minds are, first of all, they're free, and they're ours, only ours. And we are given the opportunity to be the master of the thoughts, to lovingly gather them in and say, I love you, and this is what we're thinking now. And we are not a victim to or a slave to old programs. We can gently acknowledge that they're there, thank them for whatever protection they gave to us, and then we can say goodbye. Turn them over, send them to the sun, send them to source, send them to the ocean, send them to some place that they can be transmogrified into something of benevolence. Send them love and light, and when they come creeping up and asking to come in, like an old habit, we can say, no, we're not thinking that anymore. Sorry, bye. Yeah, so it's a big thing to take responsibility for yourself, 100% responsibility. It's a big thing, and it's magnificent because you suddenly become, you're like a kid in a candy store. You get to choose. You get to choose what you're going to do. You get to choose what kind of energy is allowed into your field. You get to choose whether you want to step up and be the powerful being that you are. Like, it's all within your grasp. And it's a choice. I am completely thrilled and floored today by this simple realization. It's simple. It's super basic. And I think, I've known it, I've read about it, I've heard people talk about it, but like when you realize something, it's real for you. It becomes yours and it can never be taken away. So, yay. I woke up today with the song Gloria by U2 from their Boy album. I think it's from the Boy album. It's before they sold out. U2 is so cool before they sold out. Sorry, U2, but you were. So that song was in my head, and I sort of like, I feel like I bounced out of bed. And yesterday was just, a different day with different energy, and today's energy is great. So I guess to finish is that for me, when I started meditating every single day for 20 minutes nonstop without any breaks, just first thing in the morning, get up, get your water, go pee, feed your animals, create silence if you can with a small sound like an air conditioner or a heater or a clock, and just sit and relax and get still, keep your spine straight, and just breathe and just think. Let the thoughts just come. And when you become aware of the thoughts, bring your attention back to your breath, back to this your nostrils and feel the breath rubbing up against your nostrils. Just do that. And relax. Keep relaxing. Keep being aware of where you're holding tension, where it aches, where it hurts. Move until it gets calm again. So once I started doing this every day, like I said, it's like 540 some days ago that I did it. And then that just happened to coincide with the Great Awakening, which is super awesome. So right now is a great time to start meditating because we're in the middle of a huge awakening, planetary awakening. So anyhow, you start to step aside and allow for your inner being, for source, for your intuition to come through and speak to you and guide you consciously. And I appreciate that so much. I appreciate every day getting more and more sure of myself, of my ability to create a life that feels good, where I'm satisfied, where I'm peaceful. I wish this for you. I send you love. Peace.